Welcome back to another year of Extreme Fantasy Football. I'm the commish. I'm here to go over the highlights of the week. This was week one. I'm super excited. I'm coming at you live on location from Atlanta, Georgia, home of the Atlanta Falcons. Good thing for me, they're out of town, but I didn't get to so I didn't get to see the game, which really wasn't good if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan. So sorry, Milt, about that. But they got their score doubled up by the Minnesota Vikings. They took care of business, made it look really bad for Atlanta Falcons. But hopefully they'll be able to turn it around and get some wins this year. But as for a Chiefs fan like myself, things look really good because the Chiefs came out, they took care of business, they made the Jacksonville Jaguars look like chumps. The MVP was in MVP form. Everything was looking real good. Hopefully this year they can get over the hump, get past the evil empire, and get themselves a Super Bowl, a long-awaited Super Bowl. But that's way down the road. There's a lot of things that have to happen in between now and then, but I will take the W for this week. So now, time to get into the week. Talk about the highs and the lows. So I mentioned the evil empire already once, and that's in the NFL. But when we talk about the XFFL, we have our own evil empire, and that's Coach Chase and the Marauders. Now, they put a really big whooping on the Dirty Birds this week, giving them the highest score of the week. 175 to 95 was the score. It was a clear beatdown. No ifs, buts, ands about it, right? We've got some footage for that, and I'm going to show you a short clip of it. Take a look. God, it's rough, man. It has to be rough having your Falcons lose, and then you're getting a beating like that yourself. It's got to be tough. But you know what? You'll turn it around. I know you will. You'll get you at least one win this year. All right. What contributed to Coach Chase's win was you had Lamar Jackson this week putting on an unbelievable performance for the Ravens. I mean, the man was on fire. 66 fantasy points. He was 17 for 20 for 300 and I believe it was 24 yards, and he had 5 touchdowns. That's unheard of for a Ravens offense, but he did it. That kind of production from a player, kind of hard to beat. So when you put up those kind of numbers, you're going to get those big 175 points like Coach Chase got this week. All right, so now on the website, Coach Copeland called out the Kickers of Butte, said he was going to take care of the Lickers of Butte, which in fact didn't work out so good because he's the recipient of our first Deadass Last award this year. I mean, he tried to put up a fight, didn't work so well. Kickers of Butte were the second highest scoring team, and they put 163 on top of his 72. Now, that's got to be a hard pill to swallow, but we also put a body cam on Coach Copeland during this game, and this is what he saw the whole time. God, that's rough, man. I hate to see that, Copeland, having those punches coming in like that, but the Kickers of Butte, they put it on you. So the evil bastards, they're needing some nasty bandages right about now. So that 72 points that he put on the board also helps him with this, the Eliminator. So, sorry, Mike, you are out of the Eliminator already. Better luck next year, so you don't get that money. But you may be able to get you a high score later on this year, get you a little cash that way. So that's what's going on. All right, so now, that's what's going on in the league. Let's talk about league engagement. I've been noticing you guys have been posting more on the Facebook page, on the league website. It's really good. Good on you. Keep up the good work. Keep infusing those draft budgets with some cash. That's all going to work out for you. I've seen Coach Watson post with his T-shirt on the back porch. Copeland with the wristband. While he's cooking, Coach Jan with his coffee cup with the website in the background. All great stuff. You guys keep that up, man. I love it. All right. Which leads me to my next point is about the watch parties. We still haven't set the 2 dates for the watch parties yet. So if you're one of the 6 people that haven't went to the Doodle Poll website yet and vote for your dates, you need to get on there and do that, because if If you don't, I am going to go ahead and select the dates based on the information that I have. If you can make it, great. If you can't, you have the call-in option. If you can't do either of those, then you're not going to have the $5 cash into your draft budget for next year. But, don't sweat it too much. Just because I had the largest draft budget this year didn't necessarily mean I had the best draft this year. I will tip my hat and say that, hey, I did not have the best draft this year, even though I had the most money. So, get out there, get you some draft dollars. Try to get yourself a better budget, but don't get in a bad way if you don't, get a whole lot of money, because there's still hope for you. So I think that's it for me for this week. I look forward to next week, week 2. Maybe I can get myself a win then. But until then, I will see you around the league.